everybody, thanks so much for watching the show, and today we're going to be talking about one of my childhood favorites, spaghetti and meatballs. Now, making a good dish that's nutritious, has lots of flavor, is inexpensive and quick to make is what we're all about here. And a plate of spaghetti and meatballs really fills that order. Nothing says childhood like spaghetti and meatballs. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a pound of ground beef and a quarter pound of ground pork. We're gonna let that come up to room temperature, then we're gonna mix it together. Then we're gonna add an egg, some finely chopped garlic. And remember what I said about the garlic. In order to skin it, crush it first. The skin comes off really easy that way. And then we're gonna stem it and tip it. Get rid of those. And then we're gonna slice using our knuckle as a guide. Cut that as fine as you can, as you're comfortable with. Get it in there. God, I love garlic. Now to save time, you can also buy jars of pre-peeled cloves of garlic, and you can also use a garlic press. I have both those, but I decided I really wanna show you garlic cloves as they come out of the ground. Then we're gonna add a little bit of Parmesan. I got about a quarter of a cup there. And a lot of actual breadcrumbs here. I'm using about a half a cup. A little bit of pepper. And a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon. That should do it. Now we're gonna knead this for just about a minute or so. Get the egg in there, the breadcrumbs. You wanna kind of mix it together there. Get it all mixed in. Just mix it together with your hands. Just crush it in and mix it all up, just like you're kneading bread. Once it's all kneaded together, we're gonna take them out and we're gonna just form rough meatballs. This recipe here should give you about 2 dozen, 20 to 2 dozen meatballs. We're just gonna stick them. Just gonna stick them here on the plate. So what we're trying to do right now is just portion them to get the right portioning for these, so we can kind of get the right uniform size for them. This way we get the kids not fighting over who gets the biggest meatball. There we go. Now I'm just gonna roll them up a little bit more to make them a little more uniform, a little more aesthetically pleasing. So we're gonna be putting the pot that we're gonna be cooking everything in on about a medium temperature, and we're just gonna put a liberal amount of olive oil in there so we can coat the bottom there. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be lining the bottom of the pot with the meatballs. And give them a little bit of space if you can. I really would have preferred to have a slightly bigger pot. This is the widest one I own. So we're gonna just work with what we have today. Just wanna give them a little space. Not too crowded, because we're gonna have to be turning these over as they cook on the one side. And if it's too crowded, we're gonna have a tough time doing that. Once they start searing on the one side, we're gonna roll them over and try and sear them and cook them on all 4 sides. And now we're just gonna remove these from the pot. We're gonna bring this heat down a little bit because we're getting a little bit smoky here. So we're just gonna reduce that down a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna take out the heat for just a second while we prep the vegetables for the sauce. So now we're gonna add 4 cloves of thinly sliced garlic. And we're gonna saute those until they're getting aromatic. Gonna saute those until they start to really smell. Kind of get that smell. And this is the smell. This is why garlic is so amazing, is because this is the smell that's gonna fill up the house. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of red pepper. Before that gets overcooked, we're just gonna add our tomato paste, our crushed tomatoes, 28-ounce can. Stir it around there a little bit. Oh, it's a little hot. These little dark chunks here, that's from the meatballs. And a little trick from my mother-in-law, we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar here, and that's gonna help reduce the acidity. And a little bit of salt. I would say about a teaspoon of salt, but season it to taste. Now we're gonna put the balls back into the sauce and they're gonna continue cooking here. There we go. And we'll just leave that on medium heat for a while. Okay, so now the meatballs and the sauce are done. They're simmering. We're just gonna move them off, and I'm gonna replace the pot here with some water. We're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt to it, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. We're just gonna get some store-bought spaghetti. We're gonna follow the instructions on here. Per serving, a healthy serving is about a fistful. So you wanna add the noodles when the water's at a good boil, and then you wanna leave them there for about 10 minutes. Maybe 9 minutes. Now you don't want to cook it till it's too soft. You want to have it so it's just still a little bit firm when you chew down on it. Now it's been about 9 minutes. We're going to take it off the stove and we're going to drain it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just put the spaghetti into the sauce like that. We are good to go. I had the lid on here just to keep the splattering down to a minimum. Not necessary. So let's take this off the heat. Let's start serving it up. And there we go. And there it is, folks. Look at that. That is an amazing and delicious sauce and meatballs. This will really win your family over. This is a happy childhood on a plate right here. And there you have it, folks. A cheap, easy, quick, not too complex meal to make, and the whole house smells wonderful. These meatballs are delicious. They look good, they smell good, they break apart really easily, and they are nummy. You are gonna, this is going to knock it right out of the park. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch this video. Like it if you liked it. Make sure you share it with your friends. And if you want to keep up with what's going on, make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much. God bless.